Dan, 50K Ige. I got it right at the top. Are we changing it to 75K Ige? I mean, if Tony Ferguson got it done, maybe you can work it behind the scenes.
Nah, I kind of thought about that. I mean, I got a lot of tweets about that, and it's I mean, for me, it's never really. I mean, it's not about the money. It's just kind of the principle behind 50K is more of like it's just a way of life, you know. Of course, it kind of has a symbolism of 50K going for the bonus, but you know, I've kind of just applied that way of life. Like I'll go for the bonus, you know, in the cage, outside the cage, in life, and anything I do, I go for the bonus. So the 50K will probably remain the same. I did think about adding it like every time I get a bonus. So right now I'm actually at 100K. I'm going for 150. So I thought that would be cool too, but I also don't want to be the hassle that's changes his nickname every fight. So we'll keep it as 50K for now. Yeah.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. And I guess can we pull back the curtain a little bit? Just because you get 100K in bonuses doesn't mean you get off baby duty, right? You're still even though you're the big bad UFC fighter. When you're at home, you still got to be dad too.
Yeah, still dad. Still, I mean, wife just took a kid. I want to show you. He was right here. Yeah, still dad when I'm at home. When obviously I'm training 1 to 2 times, 3 times a day sometimes, and you know, got to come home and be a dad. So it's not easy, but I love it, man. It's definitely brought me a lot of structure in my life. I never really had structure in any of my training camps or my life, and now I feel like I have complete structure. Something I never had before, and like now, just like having a son, like I'm forced to have structure, and yeah, I've just created like a wonderful structure in my training camp, in my livelihood, in my family life, and yeah, I'm on point, man.
That's awesome, man. That's great. Nothing better than fatherhood. As great as chasing a championship is, there's nothing better than being a dad. So, talk about Dan. I mean, obviously, from the day you stepped in the UFC, you've never been afraid of competing against anybody. I mean, you'll take on all comers. You got your mindset at the top, but this was a fight that you wanted. You called this one out. Not trash talking. That's not your style. But you just said, man, this is the fight we want to put together with the Korean Zombie. It got done. Why was this the fight that made sense to you? Because I don't normally hear you ask for specific matchups, but this one you were like, yeah, this is the one we got to do.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at it, it's the fight that's going to propel me to the next level. It's the fight that's going to put me into the top 5. It's going to put me into that title contention range. So, and the Korean Zombie's a legend. You know, I want to face household names like Zombie, Barboza's. Like, I want to have these guys on my resume. And the Korean Zombie is the guy I watched forever. I'm a big fan of the Korean Zombie, and you know, I love his style. So I just also think it'll make a fun fight for, you know, myself, for the fans, for the company, and it's gonna raise my stock 100%. It's gonna raise his stock. Like, it's gonna go out there and we're gonna go out there and put on a good show, and you know, this is my opportunity to break into the top, you know, of those household names.
Yeah, that's what I think is so intriguing about this, right? Like, I might look at, say, Edson Barboza and say, okay, that's maybe even a bigger name. You know, he's been up there for a long time as well, but not to like the house. You know, the Korean Zombie, that's like an icon, right? I mean, this guy is a brand. So I wonder, will you have that moment at all? I mean, are you past that in your career? Or do you still have those fun moments where you get in there and you go like, oh my God, I'm in here with the Korean Zombie?
Yeah, no, for sure. And I mean, that's how I look at it now. I do look up to these guys. It's like one of those things where your idols become your rivals. I mean, I wouldn't call him a rival, but he is my opponent. He's gonna be a guy standing across from me, trying to take food off my table, off my family's table. You know, he's trying to impact my future. And in that case, when I'm in there with anyone, doesn't matter who they are. I don't put them on this pedestal like the Korean Zombie, the great, or the Edson Barboza, like this guy's so great. I don't put him on that pedestal when I'm in there competing. Outside of it, like looking at it right now, a couple weeks out from the fight, yeah, I look up to the guy. He's a legend. But when we're competing, I don't look at the opponent. I don't look at who it is. It's literally I'm on autopilot. All my training takes over. My mental state is just I'm in the flow state. I'm not thinking about what's next. I'm not thinking about what happened 5 minutes ago. I'm completely in the present, and that's the goal every time, to find that flow state. And I'm just gonna go in there and do what I do, man. Like, have no expectations. Just like in the last fight against Gavin Tucker, I go in there like you don't have expectations. You're not looking for knockouts; they just come. So I'm starting to learn that. As I gain more and more experience throughout my career, I'm becoming a veteran now. I'm 15-3. That's 18 pro. I'm getting experience, man. I've had experience with some of the best guys in the world. Went to the distance with some of the best guys in the world. Went 5 rounds with some of the best, and here we are now, a couple weeks away, and I'm about to do it again.
Yeah, this has everything, all the markings of a fantastic fight, as you said. It's going to be great for anybody. Talk about the preparation for him, Dan. Is there anything you have to do separate, knowing the type of durability he has? Obviously, he's got, we talk about his striking, but he's got some good grappling as well. I mean, is there anything that you had to do differently for him that is kind of a new or an increased focus this time around?
I wouldn't say I've really done anything different from like a tactical standpoint. I kind of, like I said earlier, I created a structure around me and my team. Like now I build a camp around me, around Dan Ige. It's not like I just show up to practice and do all the practices and get the work in. Like that way it works. But at the highest level, I'm realizing you have to create a structure. You have to create a team and a camp around you based on what you're about to do to your opponent. So yeah, we are, I have been embracing the zombie apocalypse training. Like I have like these tough kids that I train with, tough Mexican kids that just push me every day. These guys are like zombies. Like go ask Gorgeous George. Go ask him. He was in there the other day watching our sparring, and like we're fighting. Like I'm fighting these guys, and the Korean Zombie. He's definitely, he's a veteran. He's durable, but I feel like his durability is just he's durable against certain guys. Will he be durable against me? Maybe. I'll be prepared if he is, but at the end of the day, I know if I can touch him clean anywhere, he's gonna go out cold.
You talk about kind of building this camp around you, but the gym at Extreme Couture just continues to get better and better, right? I mean, it's kind of an interesting time, right? I mean, the pandemic has been tough, but I think you guys have almost benefited from this thing, right? There's so many events here, and there's so much being done here. You guys are getting to see the best of the best come through, it seems like, on a weekly basis, man. So, I mean, do you feel like this has been a year of growth for you and for the team as a whole?
Yeah, no, most definitely. I really actually feel like the pandemic was beneficial, and to our gym, I mean, to the millions of people around the world that suffer from it. Like I know how hard of times it was for everyone, but like for Extreme Couture in particular, it was a great time because there was so much opportunity that occurred over the years, and also just the amount of talent that has been rolling through the room, and it just caused everyone to level up, even on the coaching staff side. Like everyone's like leveled up their game. Like now we're starting to get recognized again. Before we were this gym, like we were a household name, but we're also known as the gym that just goes in there. Like you just go to the Extreme Couture to fight and like spar hard, and that's kind of what it was known for. Like you go there and like, have all the old school guys there. But I feel like we've really evolved over the past 2 years and have taken things to the next level as far as, tactics and strategies and just working hard. Like we work hard, and I think we take pride in that, of how hard like some of our practices are. Obviously, we got to be smart in some cases, like when you're preparing for a fight, but for the most part, like I believe we're working harder than any gym out there.
Yeah, I agree, man. I feel like this has really been a resurgence. Like you said, not the ideal scenario to get it done, but it's just paid off in big dividends for you guys. So I did want to ask too about having Francis Ngannou around there. I mean, I doubt you're doing many rounds with Francis or getting direct work in there with him, but I mean, is having the UFC heavyweight champ of the world in the gym, I mean, it feels like that might bring a little extra swag to the room when he's there.
Yeah, no, I love it when Francis is in the gym. Like I just like, I see his work ethic. I always see he's always putting in extra work after practice, but he's also in there having fun, man. Like he doesn't like take it like serious, like, oh, I'm a champion, I have to be so serious. Like he's in there, he has fun. Like I'll move around with Francis. I think it's fun. Like I will go around, like he might just hit me with a little jab and I'll go flying 20 feet across the room. But like to go in there and just move with the heavyweight champ of the world is just like, I think that's just an incredible thing. Like I could tell my son Bam one day, and Yeah, man, he's good energy, and I think it makes everyone, realize, like, looking where this guy came from and everything he's been through to get to America to become the heavyweight champion of the world. It's just like, it's super inspiring. So when I see him in the gym, I just automatically like, okay, I'm getting after it today because I have no excuse. I have it's just good energy all around.
That's why you're a professional fighter, Dan. That sounds like the least fun thing on the planet to me. To be, I can't think of anything worse that I wouldn't want to do than be sparring with Francis
That's my
Ngannou.
favorite grappling partner.
That's amazing. Well, listen. All right, big fight. Are you thinking? I mean, rankings and position. I mean, you're always pretty good about observing where everything's at, and kind of knowing the competition and knowing the roadmap that makes sense. So when you see this fight, are you thinking about where that puts you and what's next and what the plan is after this, or do you let yourself get too involved with that? Especially at this point in camp.
Yeah, I mean, I always game plan. I'm always looking. I always look 2 years ahead of myself and my career. Like I never look past 2 years, but I look 2 years ahead of myself. And 2 years ahead of myself, I do see myself being the champion of the world, featherweight champion of the world. And this fight is everything. Everything for me to gain from comes with winning this fight. It'll put me right there. Zombie's #4 in the world. If I go out there and beat him, when I go out there and beat him, that'll put me right there in the top 5. And you got Brian Ortega fighting for the title. You got Max and Yair, and then you'll have me. So the good thing is I'm first. So you could, once I go, like, I'm gonna lay the blueprint. I mean, not the blueprint, but just kind of I'm gonna set the standard. I'm gonna set the bar for these other guys to go out there and compete and fight their fights. But when the time comes, I'll be ready. Whether I have to fight another fight, whether I have to take on the next guy after one of these fights, or you never know in this sport, you could just be in the right place at the right time and get a title shot. So I'm gonna go out there, but obviously I want to stay active. I know a lot of guys, they'll get to the top and then they'll sit out and they'll waste a year of their career. I'm not trying to do that. So I have a goal. I have to go out there and I just have to keep winning, and then I know eventually I'll get my title shot.
Yeah, no doubt about it. You're right there. You laid it out perfect. A bunch of big fights coming. All right, let's say you get a choice. You either get to go out there and have another Gavin Tucker fight where you're one and done, or this turns into like zombie Leonard Garcia-esque 5-round epic Hall of Fame brawl. You still get your hand raised either way. One's a performance bonus, one's a fight of the night bonus, so it's the same bonus either way.
Yeah.
Which one do you take?
I put so much preparation into this, so like I want to go. I was just telling my trainer today, like, with all this work we're doing, like, it would almost be disappointing to go out and knock him out in the first round. Like, I want to go out there and, like, I want to showcase. I want to go out and show my skills and show my cardio, my gassing, my engine is amazing right now. Like, I'm very confident in it. So I'm looking forward to embracing a war, but a one-sided war. I'm looking to go out there. I want to perform. Like, if we have a 5-round fight, I want to be the dictator. I want to be the guy putting it on him. Like, I don't want to the Leonard Garcia. Like, that sounds fun. It'll be fun for the fans, but it'll also be fun to watch me, in a one-sided war too. Like, whether I play it on my terms, like, it's going to be exciting for the fans. So his terms, my terms, doesn't matter. If we go out there and, we're going to fight, and then it's going to be regardless, it's going to be great. It's going to be awesome for everyone to watch, and everyone should be tuning in for this fight.